Hey everyone, this is another Obscura Undead review. I'm Azzy.
And I'm Adam, also known as the Black Rose.
Yeah, and today we have an album from a band that we have interviewed before, who I had the pleasure of debuting the one of the single tracks off of this album for, and that is Vancouver band Manticore Kiss and their debut EP Intertwined, released July 4th. I believe it was self-released. But what's super cool is that it was engineered and produced by Jason Corbett, who we all know from Jackknife Sound. I mean, actors.
Yeah.
But Manticore Kiss is Kat Besto on vocals, keyboard, and the various other electronics in their sound, and Ari Mansell, who does vocals. And I love that they flip back and forth. Cello and violin, and cello features so prominently.
Oh, he's a really good cellist, I guess is the word, cello player.
I believe the word is cellist.
That's right, we gotta look it up later. He's really good, and as you know, I got to see them live once just before the pandemic, only a few weeks before, so quite fortunate to have done so.
I got to see them live from their kitchen on the internet.
Oh, I saw that one as well, and there was another live performance they had during the pandemic. Yes, so now for me, I'm going to have to admit from the get-go that I am a bit biased, because for me, Manticore Kiss are one of my 10 out of 10 bands. For me, they're like Angels of Liberty, She Passed Away, The Nosferatu, Corpus Delicti, The Sisters of Mercy, Spoitonus, and the Ensemble of Shadows. They're one of my top 10 bands of all time, and you know, for those of you who've watched that interview, you know that I'm a big fanboy of this band, the same way I'm a big fanboy of those other bands. So I've got no complaints about this EP, other than the fact that it's digital only. If there was a CD or an LP copy available, I would definitely own it. So going more into their sound, they're definitely on the dark wave side of the spectrum.
I felt that they were more like dark wave meets neoclassical.
Indeed, there are the neoclassical elements, there are the synth elements as well.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of ethereal, just with the atmosphere and stuff. So they are an eclectic band, and they've got all kinds of influences, ranging from Sisters of Mercy and Bauhaus right through, bands like Goth. Well, I know here in North America we often say Hante, but I think the correct is Ont.
it is correctly Ont. Ellen has corrected us on that.
Yes, yeah. So they've got, different influences, and what I like about them is that they're very motivated, very driven. They've got, a goal, and I guess you could call it a career for their band. So they're very motivated. We're definitely going to be seeing more of them in the future. Yes, so going more into the album. So actually, before I go into the EP rather, this concept is not foreign to Goth. The man and woman vocal duo, either as duets or one song with one vocalist and the other song with the other, alternating. This takes me back to The Frozen Autumn, Lebanon Hanover, Deadkin Dance. Who else does this? A lot of bands do that. Faith in the Muse as well. So they definitely have that coupley concept.
Right, and they have a track that is a true duet, which that I do find, at least in my opinion, is a bit more uncommon. Usually what it ends up being is one individual ends up supporting the other more throughout, but it's very balanced on the EP, and then the last track, after flipping back and forth between the two, dominating on their vocals on each track, the last track, Intertwined, was very much a true duet, which I really appreciated.
Yes, and they've got 2 videos out from this EP, Intertwined and Abulia. Abulia came
which are easily the best tracks on the EP, so well chosen.
Absolutely. Intertwined is my favorite. Abulia is my second favorite.
Abulia is my first favorite.
Yes.
And it's also track 1. It is number 1. And I was very proud for the opportunity to be able to premiere this track for them, because Kat's vocals are so powerful. The song is so energetic. I've played it in my streams many times. It is just such a good track. Ari does some backing vocals on it, and the interplay between like just all of the electronics balanced with the cello, with the vocals. It's just a perfect track, in my opinion.
Yeah. And I especially love the transition from Abulia into Endless Whisper when you're listening to the EP chronologically. When it goes into Endless Whisper, it's just such a good transition.
Mm-hmm.
Still got the ambiance and the atmosphere.
Right, but
so
this good. On this track, Ari sings, and I like that his voice is also, besides being deeper just in emotional deliverance, is very complimentary of Kat's voice, Kat's vocals.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, they definitely complete each other.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that's why the last track is called Intertwined?
Well, that song is about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember they talked about that when we interviewed them.
Yeah.
And, oh my God, you have to experience that song live one day. The way they sing together. Oh God, it's amazing. I just absolutely love this song.
That would be so lovely.
Much. Yeah, and I do like the cover as well. Of the I can try to show it to you. Hopefully the glare doesn't affect it.
There's the two of them under the big old tree.
Yes, I like it very, very much. And I do like their lyrics as well. They're mostly about death, suicide.
And then they had a track called Death, which, in my opinion, I thought that this was the weakest track on the EP. It didn't really do much for me in terms of the arrangement, and I felt as though Kat's delivery could have been stronger. But one thing that I did really enjoy this track is that it had a really fast sort of 3-beat time. Mm-hmm. I thought that was a lot of fun.
Death, right? Track 3. That song is Death, track 3, right? Track
3 has a 3-beat time, or I just can't fucking hear beat. That's possible, but I'm pretty sure it did. Yeah. And I thought that was really nice because it, had it had a waltzy vibe.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say that also they've got the operatic singing or semi-operatic singing. So very similar to bands like Requiem in White, Palettes of Tears, even going back to Diamanda Galas, that kind of vocal delivery. So there's just so much this band has to offer. Sometimes you listen to them, you get moments of the Frozen Autumn. Sometimes you get Requiem in White. Sometimes you get Midnight Syndicate. Sometimes you get Support Aeternus and Ensemble of Shadows. You get so much out of this band. There's so many elements, tiny elements here and there that just come together and create a big, beautiful picture. And I especially like their message, or one of their messages, which is thrive in the darkness. Ari said that when we interviewed him last year. That's what it's about. It's embracing that darkness, thriving in the darkness, and also remembering to love.
And to love is the, of course, overarching theme of the last track, Intertwined. The true duet that I really enjoyed. And I usually hate love songs, but I thought that this one was really nice because lyrically it doesn't romanticize each other's flaws. It doesn't put anyone on a pedestal. It just says, you're human, so am I. We're both in pain.
Yeah.
That's the human condition, but we're here together.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that.
Me too. This is definitely a band that I look forward to not only watching them grow as a band, but also growing with their music. You know how when we look back at bands that I've been listening to for 15 years or whatever, and see how we've grown with those songs? That's what I look forward to doing with Manticore Kiss.
I agree, and hopefully I will have the opportunity to see them live one day if they can ever get into the United States with our shitty fucking laws. One day. But my lyric pick is off of Intertwined, and it is One Day They Will Suffer No More.
Oh, yes.
Because we all die.
Yes. This one's all about mortality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So go listen. Give us your thoughts on whether or not you loved or hated this EP. Come back and tell us. We really want to know. All right, so as always, we like to leave you with an affirmation that you'll be getting from the lovely Adam today.
Thank you. So this affirmation is one of my own quotes that I came up with, and I did use it when I wrote my novel, The Journey of Jeffrey, back in 2016. The quote goes, "For some, to keep their own hope alive, they selfishly eliminate the hope of others." Be aware of people like that.
All right, so we will see you next time. Love you all.
Bye.
Bye.